Welcome to Garden Blooms. Bring garden to life. Today, we're exploring the charming world of modern cottage garden design, where timeless beauty meets practical living. Whether you're working with a backyard or a cozy balcony, this style can bring warmth, personality, and elegance into your outdoor space. The modern cottage garden blends soft romantic plantings with clean, functional layouts. You'll see natural textures like gravel, rustic wood, and stone paired with dreamy flowers, raised beds, and sitting areas that invite you to linger. It's a blend of old-world charm with today's comfort. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below if this garden style speaks to your soul. I'll guide you through step-by-step tips, ideas, and inspiration to help you build a thriving garden retreat that feels like home. Let's get started on this beautiful journey together. A successful modern cottage garden begins with a thoughtful layout. Before planting or decorating, think about how you want the space to feel and function. Map out zones for seating, pathways, flower beds, and practical areas like compost or storage. This foundation makes the garden flow naturally. Modern cottage style thrives on cozy, connected zones. You might create winding gravel paths that lead to a tucked-away bench, or define your flower borders with curved lines and low stone edging. The goal is to feel immersed in nature while still keeping things organized. Don't worry about symmetry. In fact, a slight sense of informality adds to the charm. Let your garden feel like it's grown over time, even if it's brand new. Whether it's a sprawling yard or a tiny courtyard, a layered, intuitive layout makes all the difference. The heart of any cottage garden is its plants. Modern cottage style still honors classic favorites like lavender, foxglove, peonies, and climbing roses. These flowers offer softness, scent, and seasonal color that make your garden feel alive and inviting. To bring structure and function, combine florals with shrubs, herbs, and even vegetables. Rosemary, boxwood, and sage are wonderful companions to frilly blooms, adding greenery and texture year-round. Mixing edible and ornamental plants also adds charm and practicality. Aim for a layered look: low ground covers, medium-height blooms, and taller plants like delphiniums or hollyhocks in the background. This planting style creates depth and flow, allowing every corner to feel lush and thoughtfully designed. Hardscaping adds structure and rhythm to your garden, guiding both movement and mood. In a modern cottage garden, natural materials like gravel, flagstone, and reclaimed wood help define pathways, patios, and raised beds while still feeling organic and charming. Soft curves work beautifully in cottage-style paths. A meandering gravel walkway bordered by flowering ground covers feels whimsical and inviting. Use flagstone or cobblestone for cozy patios, or add stepping stones between beds for a sense of rhythm and ease. Mix textures for balance. Pair a sleek wooden bench with aged stone, or line a gravel path with terracotta pots. These thoughtful combinations make the garden feel curated yet relaxed, enhancing both form and function. A modern cottage garden should feel rich and dynamic, thanks in large part to its color palette and textures. Soft pastels like blush pink, lavender, and creamy white create a calming atmosphere, while splashes of deep green or plum add grounding contrast. Let color be your emotional guide. Beyond blooms, texture plays a powerful role. Feathery grasses, velvety lamb's ear, and crisp boxwood all add layers of visual interest. The interplay of rough stone, smooth petals, and delicate foliage makes the garden come alive even before anything blooms. Choose a palette that reflects your personality. Monochrome gardens in white and green feel serene and timeless. For a bolder look, mix warm oranges and soft blues, always keeping repetition in mind to maintain flow. Textures and colors together create a story. In a well-designed modern cottage garden, beauty works hand in hand with function. Add raised beds for easy planting and maintenance, especially if bending is a challenge. Incorporate built-in benches or storage seating that blends seamlessly into your garden style. A potting bench, small tool shed, or vertical wall planter can turn even the smallest garden into a practical space. These features make gardening more accessible and enjoyable while enhancing the cottage charm with rustic or vintage finishes. Don't forget lighting. Solar path lights or lanterns offer both safety and atmosphere. Choose features that support your lifestyle, whether you enjoy sipping tea, growing herbs, or watching birds. Every piece can serve a purpose while adding to the charm. Even the tiniest garden can bloom beautifully with thoughtful design. In modern cottage style, vertical elements like trellises, arbors, and wall planters create height and layers, allowing you to grow up when you can't grow out. These features also add a whimsical touch. Think in layers. Place taller pots in back, trailing plants in front, and mix textures across shelves or plant stands. Use hanging baskets, window boxes, or tiered planters to keep everything visually lush. These techniques bring charm without clutter. Choose dual-purpose furniture like fold-out tables, benches with storage, or even a potting bench that doubles as a serving counter. A small space can still host blooms, function, and leisure when each element is chosen with care. A truly timeless garden offers something to admire in every season. In spring, enjoy tulips, daffodils, and blossoming trees. Summer brings roses, lavender, and lush greenery. The magic of a modern cottage garden is that it keeps delighting you, even as the months pass. In autumn, try planting asters, ornamental grasses, or Japanese anemones. Their color and movement keep the garden lively. Add deciduous shrubs with colorful foliage, and let seed heads and dried blooms remain, giving texture and interest through the fading light. For winter, focus on form. Evergreen shrubs, bare branch trees, and garden structures provide a quiet, elegant backdrop. Decorative pots, bird feeders, and frost-touch textures keep the garden full of life, even when flowers sleep. A garden becomes truly livable when it invites you to sit and stay a while. Whether it's a cushioned bench under a rose arbor or a bistro set tucked into a corner, cozy seating brings rest and reflection to your outdoor retreat. Use natural textures like wicker, wood, or wrought iron to keep with the cottage feel. Soft cushions, throw blankets, and outdoor rugs create warmth and comfort. Consider placing seating near fragrant blooms or under a shade tree for a sensory experience. Lighting matters too. A lantern, string lights, or solar candle nearby can transform your seating area into a magical evening escape. Add a side table for tea or a book, and suddenly your garden becomes a sanctuary made just for you. What makes a garden truly yours are the small, meaningful details you add. A vintage watering can tucked among flowers, an old mirror reflecting light, or a birdhouse painted by hand. These touches tell your story and give the space soul. Decorative elements like wind chimes, old lanterns, or weathered statues offer charm and nostalgia. Look for items at flea markets or reuse things from your attic. When placed thoughtfully, these pieces feel like they've always belonged in your garden. Art and memory go hand in hand in a cottage garden. Display a family heirloom, dedicate a corner to someone special, or use colors that remind you of a happy place. Every garden is a canvas. Yours can bloom with personal history. Lighting transforms your garden into a magical retreat, especially in the evening hours. Soft, warm glows from string lights, lanterns, or solar lamps can highlight pathways, borders, and sitting areas, extending your enjoyment well past sunset. Layered lighting works beautifully in cottage gardens. Combine hanging lights above, path lighting below, and a few decorative lanterns in between. The result feels cozy, romantic, and safe, without overpowering the natural beauty of your plants. Look for lights that blend with your garden's style: wrought iron lanterns, mason jar lights, or fairy lights in tree branches. These choices not only enhance nighttime visibility but also invite storytelling, tea sipping, and peaceful reflection under the stars. With structure, planting, and lighting in place, it's time to add those final touches that make your garden feel personal and lived in. Vintage watering cans, enamel buckets with blooms, a stack of weathered books on a bistro table. These details tell your story. Think about scent, sound, and seasonal elements. Wind chimes, lavender bunches near a doorway, or a cozy throw blanket on a bench all add sensory layers. Even a bird feeder or shallow water bowl invites gentle life to visit and linger. And don't forget to leave space for change. A modern cottage garden is never done. It evolves. Leave a pot empty for surprise plantings, or swap decor with the seasons. Most of all, let your garden reflect your joy, your rhythm, your journey.